Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. How we doing, boys? Alrighty, no news Monday. Trade recap. Did record it live, but the markets were so fucking shit that I've just completely deleted that whole footage because it is the most boring, brain dead thing. And no fucker would want to watch it. Understandable. So we're doing a live little recap. Just got back from the gym, hitting legs. Shattered on 3 hours of sleep. Gonna have a nap. Working today as well. Also, working for the next entire week, which is not what you want to see, but it's not the end of the day. I'm just getting some money in for more funded accounts. Right. Come, let's clear all this shit. Right. I'll leave this. Okay. Start from a higher time frame perspective, shall we? So, we have equilibrium of last week's range. This is the entire. This is one weekly candle, pretty much. So you got the low on the Tuesday. Monday the candle obviously opens, more of a consolidation sort of pooey day, like today. Then Tuesday we had our manipulation, and then Wednesday through till Friday we had our expansion. Now that was 2 weeks ago. This is 2 weeks ago range, right? Got it jumbled up. This is last week's range here. This little spike up and sweep on down. And the spike up was taking out this liquidity, which we call a trade capturing, which is nice. So now that we have taken out this level of buy side liquidity, we're going to be retracing. Okay. However, we have retraced, tapped into this daily fair value gap on the Friday last week. Friday the 19th. It is now Monday the 22nd of July. We tapped into this fair value gap, tapped into equilibrium. So my bias today was longs, targeting, well, the final target was this, the high of Friday's candle, which was also leading to a daily fair value gap. Okay, that was the overall target for today. But Monday, hella choppy. And we also had a fat 4-hour fair value gap, which I was aware of. But given the circumstances, I decided to take the trade regardless. Didn't hold it, but, you know, took the trade regardless. Didn't lose any money. Right. So, come Asian, this is Asian's range, right? So we had Asia's high. We come on down, and then it's 7 o'clock, an hour before London session. We had a sweep of one of the Asian lows, well, both of the Asian lows. I believe Asian sessions, what, 10:30 till 5? I think it's considered as. Which is why market opens at 10. I assume that the true market open for Asia is like 12 o'clock midnight for us, and then market opens at 12. So regardless, we swept the market open, right? So we swept sell side liquidity after tapping into a daily fair value gap as well as equilibrium at 7 o'clock. Okay. I was waiting originally on the 15-minute time frame. So I labeled this buy side liquidity. You see we swept, exploded on up. I was waiting to see the reaction of these equal highs here. So, you know, It's right off market open. I'll go on the 5 minute, you can see it better. This candle here, you see at the bottom there, 8 o'clock. This whole candle was the market London session open, which sometimes could mean, what could it mean? Manipulation, right? Because it also marks, it's an important candle because it also marks the beginning, no it doesn't. 6 o'clock marks the beginning of the 4 hour. It's an hourly candle, right? So more times than not, say this is candles open, right? This is the candle open. Especially on the higher time frame, like daily, 4 hour, 1 hour, you'll see a manipulation up to an area of like imbalance, liquidity, anything like that. And then you'll see it beginning to retrace. It might retest and come on down again. And then it'll come on down like this. And then say it closes there. Which then in turn obviously leaves a wick and another wick. So say that's the hourly candle which we were given. Obviously you want to be getting in at the top, well, close to the top. You're not going to set your order here, obviously, because it might not be the top. It might want to search higher. But once you get your confluence, say you get in around here, you want to catch this move, which more times often than not will be to areas of liquidity. But regardless of that, doesn't really matter. I don't really know what I'm on about. Well, I do, but it wasn't really relevant for this this trade recap. If you want more information, then can make another video. But there's plenty out there. Let's not try to reinvent the wheel. There's so many videos on it. Then, but if you don't understand, then either message me on Instagram or what or just ask in the comments. And I'll answer. But regardless, right? Trade recap, okay? The fuck am I on about? Yes, we had a 15-minute market structure shift from here. Okay, from this candle, because we came up, made a high, made a lower, lower low, higher high, right, and closed above. But we were also within this 15-minute fair value gap. And I was not a fan of being in this 15-minute fair value gap. So I waited. You see, we took out these highs with this candle. Market open, manipulated up, came on down. Still was a bit unsure, right? Because this looks like a liquidity sweep. But come the next candle, 15-minute, we closed above. I was like, all right, okay, there you are. We are going to be searching for this high, minimum. We're going to be looking for the Asian sessions high. So then dropped on the 5-minute, labeled out this inverted fair value gap, which we tapped on into, beautiful reaction, tapped on into again, beautiful reaction. So now I'm like, okay, we've played around in that fair value gap. Dropped down to the 1 minute. I was waiting for this candle, no, not candle, this fair value gap to get inverted, because this was the leg down to retest this fair value gap, right? So I wanted this gap to get inverted, and I had my order set here, but when we do break out, it'll hopefully retrace back into this, and then for my order. But that's not what happened, unfortunately, because on this candle we wicked above, but we closed within. So technically speaking, this fair value gap is still valid. And we came on down, filled out more orders within this candle, and then we closed above the fair value gap. So I then set my order for the fair value gap. You see, with this candle right here, we came on down, but never tapped on into it. Instead, we filled this tiny 1 minute fair value gap. You see that? We wicked into it, and then we had a reaction off of it, which it was quite a quick reaction. So I had to calculate, you know, my stop loss, how much I'm risking and shit like that, and then I manually entered press buy, and it filled me in up here. So instead of it being down here, it was pretty much the wick, the top wick of that candle, which wasn't the best. And then literally for the next hour off, 2 hours maybe. This was about half 8 till 11. 2.5 hours. Just a pile of shit. Just the market was just shitting in its hands, flapping, smudging it all over the walls. It was absolutely terrible. It was like listening to someone's brain rot when you try and have a normal conversation. It was horrendous. And as you see, all the reasons for me to take the trade, yes, okay, the fair value gap held, the liquidity sweep, market structure shift, right? Also broke structure on the half an hour, okay? And the 8 o'clock candle close above, right? But there was also this hourly fair value gap, which did not seem to hold. Well, it did seem to hold. It held too fucking well. You see, 3 times we tapped in, came down, tapped in, came down, tapped in, came down. Eventually we pierced through it, but then just for it to close back under again, right? So whilst I was in the trade, I was looking at this fair value gap, and I was pretty confident we'll at least come into these highs, right? But we also had this half an hour fair value gap, which we tapped into, then had a nice reaction off of it. But if you look at this entire bit of price action, like this bit here, hella choppy, long wick, small body. No? It's like having massive balls, small penis. Not good, is it? It's not really practical. Yeah, right, okay, if you like big balls, there you are, fucking perfect. But for the actual usage, it's fucking pointless, right? You prefer it to be the other way around. Small wicks, long bodies. Right? Like this one. Like this BBC, big blue candle. Regardless. Hella choppy. And pretty much, as you can see, right, I'm going to get rid of these because I've already gone over all them. Right, as you can see, all the confluences which were in my favour, like say like 5 minute fair value gaps and shit, the only one which did hold was this inversed one, which we tapped into twice. This one here. Every other fair value gap and every other bullish confirmation was getting invalidated, but then it's still going in the direction anyway. And it felt like if yeah, okay, I could have held. I was only risking 0.5%. No news Monday. Markets aren't going to move very well. I was only risking 0.5%, but it's not the way I want to win. You know, I want to make money. It's not the way I want to make money. There's no real, like, the logic behind the trade was lost. If that made any sense. Because you could probably pick out 5, 6, 7 fair value gaps which got invalidated, reversed, disrespected, respected. You can name multiple. Just from looking at it, you can see. Like for a while, we were respecting this one, that fair value gap. and then with this candle we closed below. So I was like, oh, right, okay. Because like a little bit of chop, I'm all right. Because I was watching this, and a little bit of chop, and it's like, okay, no news Monday, it's expected, right? You know, there's no concerns there. This is shit price action, but it is a no news Monday. And then we pierced through and closed below it, made it an inverse fair value gap. I was like, all right, brilliant. I'll hold the trade, you know. If I take the loss, it's on me. And then eventually, after respecting it, we disrespected it again. Closed above. Created another fair value gap, which we tapped into. I'm gonna get rid of this. Which we then fucking tapped into, respected, then disrespected. Got it back, disrespected, got it back. This fair value gap, disrespected. There's several fair value gaps which got disrespected, right? And it felt, if we was to come up here and hit my first take profit, then it'd just be like by luck almost, you know. It's not like there's any method behind it. There was in the liquidity sweep, equilibrium, fair value gap on the daily time frame. You know, and this is the high of the Asian session. Pretty strong draw on liquidity, pretty prominent high. But the method was just all wrong. So after a bit of choppiness, I waited till 10. Wait till 10, see what the market was saying at the end of the London session. And it was just utter, just shit. Through the entire, apart from at 8 o'clock on market open, the market was shit all through London session. And that's not how I wanted to win the trade, you know. Felt more like luck than method, which is not how you make money. It's how you're gonna eventually lose money in the long run. Because you got to stop with the bad habits. But on the positive side, didn't lose any money. We did hit the draw on liquidity, which I thought we would. And let's be honest, at this point, I would have just moved my stops to break even, and then would have gotten stopped out anyway at break even. So didn't lose anything. We were right on the draw on liquidity. Just hella choppy, no news. And on the day, I'm up a whopping 31 quid. Let me move my fucking stupid head. Up 31 quid on the day, which isn't too shabby. No, better than nothing. And still, you see we're down 4.5 grand, which is about 2.25%. It's way better than 8.25%, which I think I was down. It was 82.5, almost 9% down. Whatever it fucking was. We've already gone over it. Does not matter. What does matter is draw on liquidity, correct. Entry, pretty shit. You know? Pretty terrible. But hey, I'm on 3 hours of sleep. Wasn't going to be the cleanest. Watching this price action was putting me to sleep. Exited the market after all, but not all of it, but the majority of the confirmation got disrespected. That's just not how I want to win a trade. Not going off by luck. Not how we do it around here. We're professionals, you see. But yeah, you'll have to wait and see what tomorrow brings. I think. Let me actually check. Let's have a look. Tomorrow. A little bit of news, but not just 2 orange folder news. Is there any yellow? One yellow, all at 3 p.m. So London session again might be choppy, slow price action, but we won't know unless unless we're there. What I'm saying is we have 4 hour low here, which I've marked out, as well as this low, which tapped into the fair value gap within this equilibrium, within this daily fair value gap. So maybe for the rest of the day we'll be coming down. Potentially. I'm not too sure. Don't really give a shit. I won't be trading it. Come Tuesday, hopefully we'll manipulate up during the London session. Then we can catch a trade on down, because we're still respecting this 4-hour fair value gap. So say we get a manipulation up, maybe tap into this fair value gap again, and then have a 5-minute break structure to the downside, 1 minute fair value gap retracement, bam, short that shit all the way down to this liquidity range within this fair value gap. And then, depending on the higher time frames, if we're showing bullish confirmation, and we might end up looking for longs, because this is also a weekly fair value gap. We might be looking for longs all the way to this high, and then eventually this, I believe, a monthly high. Yes, this monthly high as well. But obviously we're not going to get the monthly high this week. That is absolutely ridiculous. But tomorrow we might be seeing the bottom of, because the weekly candle right now is, well, it's just the same as this daily one, isn't it? So you see it's that's where it opened, manipulated up, left a wick. Hopefully we'll see come Tuesday, come on down, take out this level of liquidity, fill out the weekly fair value gap a little bit, as well as the daily. It's at the equilibrium. We somehow managed to find an entry here, and then we follow it up, end of the week, sweep up here, close here. Close like that. Close bullish like this. So I had the manipulation up, and then a manipulation down. We'll say to there, and then maybe we become a little bit higher like that. If that's what the week's looking like, then you already know Monday, Tuesday we're probably going to expect the next candle to come on down a little bit. You know, say, fuck knows how far. That's for us to judge based on equilibrium, liquidity, imbalances, all that nonsense. So the next weekly candle we come on down first, come on up, leave a fat ass wick. So like, I'll say about halfway into the candle, and we take out this monthly high. That would be nice. But if that's going to happen, who knows? We're going to have to wait and see. Potentially, this monthly high might not even be the draw on liquidity. We're just going to have to wait and see. At the moment, that's what it looks like, because we're hella bullish. And we need some retracement to rebalance. But we'll see what tomorrow brings, eh? Anyway, that'll do. It's been alright. I'll catch you in a bit.